a nice good grip with our head tight, and then move around so we have a very good single under position. And of course, particularly in the gi, anchoring and beginning to walk forward, stacking with our knees is a great option too.
And I'll put my knee over the top, out towards the foot, and then I can free my arm. I'm in the position, so I've got one arm underneath the leg, knees over the top, often stepped up on this free leg. Now in this case, I just saw an immediate entry. I must have had my right shoulder free, an immediate entry to the over-under. You'll see I'll try to keep this knee line if possible. So in flicking off, I have left a little gap here, so there is a chance he pulls knee to chest. I'm trying to block that with my arm until I bring my legs in, trying to pinch and force that knee line in. And quite a lot of this, you'll see me transitioning into other parts of under the legs passing. So here I've basically gone back to bicep ride, walked around to over-under. I'm switching to a single underhook. He scoops the arm again, but this time I get around with the pass. So, Miragaya on itself is a part of the equation of under the legs passing. Here you'll see an attempt at going from double unders to single unders, and the legs are wide. So I can't get around that corner, but because this leg's there, I should be able to take my left hand in front, or my knee over the top, and then move into the Miragaya position. All right. I'm losing a little bit of this knee line, which was not intended. As you'll see, I may have had the knee line earlier, not quite. I sort of got it there, but as he's sort of inverting and maybe even pushing on my knee at this point, it's hard to tell. He's managed to free this knee line. I feel like probably here I should start thinking about, he's turned on his side, I should be thinking about going around behind, or I have put my knee in the middle. Sometimes threatening that actually makes him turn even more, and then you back around again to go to the far side. There we go. So I'm trying to go back to the single under. As soon as I went for that, he opened up again, which let me bring my knee back into that knee line. You see I'm trying to keep some pressure on that top leg to stop that knee shield coming in. You'll see quite a few examples where the knee shield, it's a big issue. We want to try to stop it. Here, actually, as I upgraded my left hand, I exposed my knee to be pushed. Again, losing that knee line. But I've come into essentially just a knee cut now, but the knee shield's managed to get in. So let's have a look at where that happened. This frame, lifting my head up, took me above the line of the knee and allowed the knee shield to come in. So I switched to basically just like a pressure pass against a knee shield. here we have just an open guard coming into double unders to Miragaya position. I do have almost a crossface here, which is a Troy bar thread as well. You do have to watch the Troy bar if you reach for the crossface, but if you've got a good connection here, and actually probably more importantly, if they can't get this leg over your head, they're going to struggle to get the Troy bar. So you can see I'm trying to keep a lot of pressure on that leg, trying to stop access for that leg coming over my head. But being pushed away, again, this is a real issue. As they push you away, you should start thinking about going to single under. I think that's probably the best case. Here I kind of allowed it and I switched to just a knee shield pass, but switching back to single under is probably the best for that. I think this is an example of the double knee cut. As you see again, as I'm going under the legs, pretty common for people to attack that arm. I've already got my knee coming in to pin that bottom leg, and I'm trying to keep my head in front of that far leg already, trying to position myself so that when I do pin that leg, that knee shield won't come in. Rich is trying to keep his foot going inside. Okay, there we go. Now I've managed to drop. And then, because I've really blocked that far leg, I managed to close in pretty deep past his frames. I've gone double knee cut, hand in front of the hip, and pass. That's an example from the Miragaya. You'll see Isaac's putting all his frames on this far side. It's going to be hard to go through there. Just backing out in towards a single under. And then I think I end up going from there into the half guard. So rolling out of some sort of back take attempt into an open guard, straight into the Miragaya. Here I've managed to feed this lapel. Usually if you've got this lapel, your arm's so wrapped that it's hard to go through. I'm usually going to switch back to go under the legs. Let's see. I'm probably just trying to find the right time to... Yeah, I've got I want even deeper grip if I can. Yeah, so I've got that even further. I want to try and block his other leg now as I back away and go around. Or even get a tighter grip. Okay, there we go. He's grabbed my leg, which is annoying because I can't walk around now. This has stopped me going around. And I do some sort of weird counter that I basically just like rolled through his invert and went towards the back. So there's over under, very common scenario. Go over under into the single under, back into the Miragaya here. See, I'm sort of like trying to keep my hips, lifting his hips. I'm sort of driving low, getting the hips up through this arm. And again, he's turned in on his side. I probably feel like I should come around, but this foot's actually quite low, making it difficult to go around. So I fake around one side. I go to the over under, and then I go back around into the single under. All right, double underhooks. Near side knee through. Okay, here you can see I just came up way too high. I think I was trying to stack. I was trying to put weight down here and trying to keep keep some pressure on this leg, but I'm too high. So it's easy to get this knee shield for Hugh. So I just flick out to the side. Here, using like a elbow collar kind of grip, following with my knee. Scooping under the leg, you can see I've got the hips lifted. This is quite good. I'm getting good stacking pressure here. Knees driven down. You can see I'm splitting the legs apart. This can often be quite painful for your partner. They often open their legs away to let you pass. If you can keep enough pressure. And I basically just let the leg out into the over-under in this case. And obviously you can study the course on the over-under. Again, in the Miragaya position. If you can get good access with that underhooked arm, especially in the gi, but even no gi, you get good grip around their leg. then you should start focusing on coming back around, because the single under is such a strong pass. And last one we'll look at. Again, trying to scoop the arm. So I'm going to try and put my knee over the top. I think this might be another one that goes to the single under. But you first, this is dangerous here because the arm's exposed. I've really got to try and get my knee over the top. Okay, now I'm a lot safer, especially if I can keep this leg from coming over. Alright, you can see my right arm's already actually quite deep in front of the hip now. This is a great position. I've just got to control this shin as I walk around so he can't hook me. There we go. Blocked the shin, switch to the hip now, scooping under the hip to help stack. He's kept his hips low, but I'm able to lift them. Pin that arm with the single under, and pass.